Welcome to the Nevis Newscast. Today is Wednesday, August 2nd, 2017. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Tamika Brown was announced as the winner for the 2017 Miss Culture Swimwear pageant, which was hosted last night at the Nevis Cultural Complex. Brown did not only win the competition with a total of 770 points, she also took home prizes for 6 out of the 7 segments in the pageant. Brown won Best Identical Swimwear with 154 points, Best One Piece with 208 points, Best Two-Piece with 197.5 points, Best Creative Swimwear with 210 points, People's Choice Award with 1,390 votes, and Miss Photogenic, an unjudged segment chosen by the contestants. Coming in first place was Miss Nevis Solid Waste Management Authority, Monique Hall, with a total of 708 points, while Cashiana Robin came in second place with 696 points. Also participating in the swimwear contest were Theola Vanterpool, who took home the prize for Miss Congeniality, and Stavina Lewis. Let's take a look at the highlights from the evening.
Like the ocean, moving to and fro is we motion, yeah, just like the sky. Baby, I'm high off of the little things you do, like when you lose all control, when you're out on the road, like when you say, oh, my name, like you're feeling a pain, and if it's okay, baby, let me make a wave on your body. Let me make a
Time of the year, I'm watching you. The way you move is incredible. Your waist move like one water flow. I cannot wait to get a hold of you. You like I got this before my eye. I tell you straight, I won't tell no lie. You hypnotize me and I don't know why, but I'm not leaving inside here tonight, no. Baby, tell me why you pressure me. I know you don't know what you're doing to me. You're the star of the show here tonight. I pray for me and you go right. Cause I tell you, super, yeah, my love, super, yeah, my love. You look good, you look hot, show me what you got, don't hold back, cause the night is yours. Work that dress, show your best, cause the cameras love you. On the catwalk, you know what to do. You're looking
A club isn't the best place to find a lover, so the bar is where I go. Me and my friends at the table doing shots, drinking fast, and then we talk slow. Come over and start up a conversation with just me, and trust me, I'll give it a chance. Now take my hand, stop it, and the man on the jukebox, and then we start to dance. And I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Oh, come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say,
On Thursday, July 27th, news of the passing of the former Deputy Governor General of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Honorable Eustace John, reached our desks here at Nevis Television. Earlier this week, Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Vance Amory, expressed his sympathy to the family of the late former Deputy Governor General and spoke of his legacy.
Today is with a degree of sadness, but also with respect that I speak of the passing of the late Deputy Governor General for Nevis, Mr. Eustace John. He was a consummate public servant, but also an outstanding media person, having served as the manager of ZIZ, and perhaps was one of the first persons in St. Kitts and Nevis to study mass communication in the new UWA program dealing with mass communication and the media. Outside of that, Mr. John served in so many capacities in the public service of St. Kitts and Nevis. He served in the Treasury as the Accountant General, and he served as a very senior officer in so many other ways.
Emery said after the retirement of the first Deputy Governor General, the Honorable Weston Paris, the only clear choice was His Honor Eustace John, as he already understood the rules and regulations of the civil service.
Now, today we are looking at how do we deal with a man who has served this country so well, so long, more than 30 years in the public service as a civil servant, over 20 years as a Deputy Governor General for the island of Nevis. And during that time as Deputy Governor General, I was able to draw very strongly on his knowledge and on his willingness to give guidance to me as a Minister of Government and as leader of the Nevis Island Administration, so that we acted in a way which did not create difficulties for those who served in the public service.
He then expressed his condolences to the family and friends of the late former Deputy Governor General on behalf of the Nevis Island Administration and the people of Nevis.
I wish on behalf of the administration, on the entire public service, and on all the people, on behalf of all the people of Nevis, to extend to his family, to his dear wife Delia, and to his children, our deepest condolences, and to pray that they will find comfort knowing that God understands and does things well. May his soul rest in peace.
The late former Deputy Governor General, His Honor Eustace John, retired from office earlier this year on Monday, May 1st, 2017. The 47th annual memorial service for the MV Christina disaster took place yesterday, Tuesday, at the Alexander Hamilton Museum grounds. Present at the event and delivering remarks was the Premier of Nevis, Honorable Vance Amory, who outlined the significance of hosting the service and regarded the disaster as a learning experience.
This event continues to teach us and to remind us is that out of every tragedy can come some good. But it also teaches us lessons, other lessons of resilience. It also teaches us the lesson of how not to make the same mistake over again. And the lesson we have learned from this disaster has caused us to make significant changes in how the travel between St. Kitts and Nevis continues to be operated.
Mr. Amory explained that among the improvements made to the vessels, their suitability, the provision of life-saving devices, and trained staff who are capable of managing the boats as they travel between St. Kitts and Nevis were all upgraded. The Premier paid homage to the more than 200 lives lost, remembering their contributions made to Nevis and the Nevisian economy.
Our memorial is not to continue to apportion blame. I think we've done enough of that. It is not to complain, but rather to show our respect and our regard for those who are lost, and also to remember the contributions which they had made up to that point in their lives to help our countries, Nevis, to be a better place. The persons who were lost in the main were people who engaged in serious economic activity, trading the produce of Nevis in St. Kitts and purchasing the commercial items from the stores in St. Kitts, because that was the nature of the entire movement.
The memorial service included the recognition of their survivors, which comprised of the reading of the names of the persons who perished in the disaster, as well as the laying of the wreaths at the memorial site on Samuel Hunkins Drive. Also present at the event was Deputy Premier of Nevis, Honorable Mark Brantley, Honorable Alexis Jeffers, Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams, Honorable Troy Liburd, President of the National Assembly, Michael Perkins, and President of the Nevis Island Assembly, Honorable Farrell Smithen. Still to come, the annual food festival slated for this Friday. The details when we return. Welcome back. The Department of Agriculture's Food Festival is set to take place on Friday, August 4th at the DR Walwyn Plaza in Charlestown. Annually, the festival consists of various competitions, including the ice cream and cake competitions. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Eric Evelyn, spoke about the base for the ice cream competition.
At the fruit festival, we look at everything fruit dishes, fruit drinks, fruit wines, fruit everything. The focus is on fruits and how versatile our fruits are on the island of Nevis. Once again this year we will be hosting our two competitions. We have the ice cream competition and we have the cake competition. These competitions would have generated much interest over the years, and we are hoping that this year the interest would even be greater and we would have more entries for both competitions. For the ice cream competition this year, we have decided that the base for the ice cream competition will be mangoes. And of course, with the abundance of mangoes that we have on the island at present, we decided that that is the fruit that is the most abundant, very readily available, and that is something that all persons who will be willing to take part in the ice cream competition will be able to get their hands on, and get their hands on it for free as well.
He stated that the cake competition will be done in 3 categories.
We have the cheesecake category, we have the plain or the light fruit category, and we have the heavy fruit category. And once again, we want the focus to be on the use of local fruits. So we want, when you're making your attractive cakes, to incorporate some local fruits in the cakes. That has been done over the years, and we want to encourage our participants to continue to use the local fruits. Of course, I think you're going to get some extra points once you incorporate the local fruits in the cakes. So for all of the persons who are good at cakes, we're asking you to put your ideas together, your creative ideas together, and start thinking about your entries for the cake competition.
As part of the activities, a watermelon eating competition will also be reintroduced, and persons are invited to register on Friday. Evelyn explained that there will also be an abattoir stall at the festival, where meat will be on sale in preparation for the food festival slated for Saturday, August 5th. Evelyn used the opportunity to invite persons to the event and participate in the activities.
We're expecting a large number of entries for both the ice cream and the cake competition this year. We are trying to have some attractive prizes and trophies for the winners, as well as all persons who take part in the competition. And so we are looking forward to your usual support.
The department's food festival is scheduled to take place on Friday, August 4th at the DR Walwyn Plaza in Charlestown. Numerous activities have been hosted for Culturama 43 to date. Some of the activities that took place over the weekend include a Glow Fete, which was held at the Nevis Cultural Village on Friday, the Caribbean Premier League's exhibition match between the Premiers 11 and the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, which took place on Saturday, as well as the Empires Sports and Social Club's Aquatic Extravaganza, which also took place on Saturday at the Charlestown waterfront. Saturday evening, the Miss CSS pageant was held, where Tassanaya Wilkinson secured the Miss CSS title. On Sunday, the Queen City Boating Association hosted a poker run, which made stops at different bars and restaurants in St. Kitts and Nevis. On that same day, a boat ride with musical accompaniment provided by the Grandmasters Band sailed along the coastline in what they dubbed as the Emoji Boat Ride. Later on that evening, the Mr. and Miss Talented Youth pageant was held, where the St. Thomas's Primary School was announced as the winner for the 30th anniversary of the pageant. The Culturama festivities will continue tomorrow evening with the 2017 Soca Monarch Finals at the Nevis Cultural Village at 8 p.m. Entrance fee at the gate is only $40. And that brings us to the end of this edition of the Nevis Newscast. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing.